Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Let me know if you're here for lunch, lettering at lunch, and I would love to know you're here. Tell me where you're watching from. I'm looking for, trying to make sure that it's coming up. I don't really see it. So let's see. So if you can hear me, see me, if you're here with me, love to know it. Okay, looks like it's up now. There's always a delay from what I can see and what's out there online. So I always want to make sure that it's actually up before I start. So tell me tell me where you're from. I'd love to know if you're watching. And I have so much stuff to tell you. I think you are going to be very, very excited about what I have to share today. Hello, Jeanette. I'm glad you're here. And Connie. Good. Good. All right. Well, happy Tuesday. And I think I've got this shared over to the Creative Hearts group, the membership group. I don't always get to see the comments on here, but I wanted to make sure y'all had it in your group so that it's easier to find to watch the replay. Hello, Karen and Deborah. Y'all have been running around like a chicken with her tail feathers on fire. But it's all for good stuff, and I can't wait to tell you. So as you're coming on, I'm going to go ahead and get my stuff pulled out. Well, I've got it pulled out. It's just all over the place. I've got a lot of stuff to tell you. So I've got some new pens. They're new to me. Let's put it that way. I have a tendency, once I find something that I like, I just use it. I just use it until it breaks. But, and that's kind of what I do with my supplies. But one of my friends, Christy, actually, she told me about these Tombow. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Food and Osuk. Is that right there? Is that how you pronounce that? Hey, Karen, and tell hello to your hubby. I love having these hubbies. Hey, Linda and Christine. But I like them. I ordered them. I just tested them last night, and I want to do some lettering with y'all using these. Some of you may already have them, and they may not be new to you, but I'm very impressed. Some of my favorite pens, and I don't see them right now, are the sign pens, and I love them in the vintage colors. I may have them on that other table. I swap back and forth between the tables, and that table over there is where we had the butterfly project. I still have not had time to clean that up, so a lot of my stuff is over there. But we're going to letter some with this today because I really want you to see how they work. And I have some very important dates coming up, so I hope you have a notebook so that you can take notes because I don't want you to miss any of this. Hello, Marina. Okay, so first of all, I'm looking for I've got little cards. Here it is. Because I knew that because I'm excited about it, I would probably forget something. So, all right. So first things first, hello and welcome. Today, this is the last week of June, and you know what that means? That we have new projects coming for the Creative Hearts. We have a new box for the Encouragement Club, and that's what I want to start with because it has something brand new in there, and I'm super excited about the way it turned out. Marla, I'm glad you're here. Hey, Alina and Jan, I can't wait for y'all to see this. So this has been a request for a while. Y'all know that we do journals, and I love to do those journals. We put the artwork on the cover, and then it's got the lines in it. You know that I love to use a journal for my church notes, prayers. I just love to use journals. So this is an example of the one that we've been creating. And we still have those. We're not doing away with those, but I have a new version, and the Encouragement Club is going to get it in their box. So our theme for July, yes, I've got that too, Marla. Marla said she's interested in seeing what I'm going to do for Jingle Mingle. I am too. And I just got it solidified like 3 minutes before I went live. So oh my goodness, the theme for July's encouragement box club is dwell. You know, our whole year in everything that we're doing is focused on drawing near to God and doing things that will help support us in drawing near to God. So I create a calendar every year, and it's got a theme, and it was draw near to God. And so each of the months is supportive to encourage us to draw near. So this one, I love this passage, and I love the verses, the supporting verses that we're going to use in July. We'll be lettering them in the Creative Hearts group. We'll sprinkle them out throughout the month on our Tuesday. So get ready to let's learn more about dwelling. So this particular verse is Colossians 3:16. It says, let the word of Christ dwell in you richly. I love this. I really do. And I've worked on the lessons for this while looking up the verses and studying it, because whenever we do the traceables in scripture journaling for the Creative Hearts, I include little prompts to go with it. So it always helps me to prepare those lessons, because it just opens my eyes to more ways that I can draw near to Him, and not just, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. So it's not like a McDonald's fast food meal where we zip through the meal, order hey, I want a Happy Meal to go fast, please. Because sometimes that's the attitude that I get, and maybe you also do as well, of just feeling like or acting like I'm at McDonald's and I want a Happy Meal and I'm ready for it right now. This word means to linger there. So to draw near and dwell there with Him. And then some of these supporting this is the main verse, is letting His word settle and dwell there inside of us. I just love it. And I think you're going to be encouraged by these lessons coming up. Hey, Marina. Thank you for asking that. So she's new. So if you join the Creative Hearts, that is, and thank you for asking, because if you're wondering, I'm sure there's other people wondering as well. So the Creative Hearts is where the lessons are for the lettering, scripture journaling lessons, and our painting project. The Encouragement Club is what I'm about to show you. So let me show you. And if you want to get these items, you can join the Encouragement Club. And we've opened it up for new subscribers. So this is missing some of the stuffing. Tammy said it doesn't look like there's much in there, but wait till I pull out the journal. All right, so inside every month, you're going to get a 5x7 or 4x6 print, already the size it needs to be framed. You don't have to frame it. You could put it on one of those clip holders, 5x7. And there's our theme verse. And the goal, the whole heart behind this is for us to be intentional, to surround ourselves with scripture wherever we are. So you could do it on your desk at your job. You can make little vignettes, one on your bedside table, and put some of these smaller cards. You could have one by your kitchen sink. Think about all the places that you are on a daily basis. And we've got enough of these little cards in here that you can spread them out throughout your house, on job. You could even put one in your car, but it's the secret ingredient is repetition. So it's taking God's word, surrounding ourselves with it so we can be like that sponge. And I don't see my little sponge, but imagine a dry sponge and you put it in a cup of water. That dry sponge is just going to soak up that water. It's going to soak up whatever liquid it's in. And that's how our heart is. So whether it's negative, positive, feel goods, it's just going to soak it up. So we have to be intentional and careful to make sure that we're surrounding ourselves with truth. So that's what this box is to support you in surrounding yourself. And we always include enough that you can share with others. So one of the things that's special about the way we newly formatted this box is we're putting a variety pack of cards in there. I've never done a variety pack of all the years that I've sold note cards. Lots of people request them, but I could never, there was no way to please everybody because I had so many designs. So with this, I'm going in and curating these cards to all coordinate together. And I try and include the supporting verses, but also more everyday kind of things. Like sometimes there's a sympathy card. And this particular month, this one could be a sympathy card. It could be just, I'm praying for you. I know you're going through a hard time. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. That's one of the ones that's in this month's kit. This one, may the peace of the Lord himself give you peace at all times and in every way. That's another good one to send to someone, whether they're going through a hard time or you just want to memorize it yourself. And you could put these on a clip frame. You can frame these. Here's our theme verse, the Colossians 3:16. And then this one is Psalm 91:1. Can y'all see that? He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. So dwelling and abiding, that's just camping out there. It's like, okay, Lord, I'm hanging out with you. I'm here. I'm settling in with you. So that's the designs that are in this July's variety pack. Thank you, Jeanette. I'm really excited about this. And I know I say I'm excited about a lot of stuff, but I really am excited about this. It's got, these colors are just rich and graceful and classy. I just love them. So this little pack is what we call the seeds. Seeds, not seeds like flower seeds, biblical scripture seeds. That's what's in here. And these are the ones that you can use these, making those little vignettes around your home. You can also share them. So we always want you to share. So even if you use every one of these in your home this month, I want to challenge you to next month, when we change out the scripture, package these back up and gift them to someone else and ask them to do the same. Challenge them and say, hey, I surrounded myself with these passages in July. Take my challenge and you do these verses in August and see if you don't see a difference in yourself. And then challenge them at the end of the month. Pass it on to somebody else. They're meant to share. It's meant to encourage your heart, help you renew your mind, so that you can encourage others and help them renew their mind and refresh their heart. So each month you'll get 2 of these. So I'm missing the other one of these. I'm not sure where it is, but so this is a 4x4. And I don't know if you realize this or not, but that's a standard frame size. Did y'all know that already? So Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart, you can get frames with a 4x4 opening. So here again is the challenge. At the end of the month, swap it out and put your new verse in there. Pass it along to someone else. Hey, Debbie, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so there's the front, and then there's the back. Dwell. It's simple. Dwell. Some days, well, every day, 24/7, I need to remember to dwell and to not treat God as a McDonald's and ordering a Happy Meal. Thank you, Leslie. I think I don't know, I just feel like you're going to be blessed by them and you'll be able to encourage so many other people. I decided to go ahead and use this verse for the minis because I know in my life there are so many people around me who are really having a hard time. They just are. And so if it's like that in my life, it's most likely like that in your life as well. And maybe you're one of the ones that's having a tough time. So this is such a sweet word of encouragement to just rest and sit and let him, Jehovah Rapha, bring healing to your broken heart. He sees how deep the breaks go, and he is able to bind up those wounds. He is able. But y'all, like Elena said, it's not a vending machine. It's not a fast food restaurant. You got to sit with him. You've got to sit with him. Let him comfort you. So you get 3 of these. And then on the back side, I fixed this particular one. I wanted it to be simple. And it says, he sees and cares. He saw what happened to you and he cares. He sees what's happening now and he cares. Sometimes we just need the simple reminders that he sees. It's not going unnoticed. He's not taken by surprise. He sees, and not only does he see, he cares about it. He does. So that's why I decided to use those for these, because you can keep these in your wallet. And I don't know if y'all are like me or not, but people have a tendency to tell me stuff. And so even people I don't know, these would just be nice to keep in your purse. And if somebody's telling you they're having a bad day or whatever, you can just slip them one of these cards and just whatever you feel led to say to them, whether it's you just slip them the card and you say, I'm praying for you, whatever he prompts you to say. But this is to help you. So one of the benefits of the encouragement club is when we restructured it at the beginning of the year, we fixed it so that we don't send as much stuff as we used to send, but now we've changed it so that you can customize it based on your needs. So just say, for instance, if you see that you need more of these, if we've got them in stock, you can order those and you have an exclusive discount. It's called Member Perks. And anything that's in your little Member Perk shop, you can buy those for 30% off. That's a big discount. That's a very big discount. So we want you to be able to customize it based on your needs, because I know everything ebbs and flows, and sometimes you need more than others. So that's a huge benefit for our encouragement club members. Okay, so now let me tell you about the new journal. Okay, here it is. Do you notice anything different about it? Spirals. And it's a little bit bigger. We had to get a new box just for this because it was bigger than the other journals. But I did something different with this. I'm testing it. So I want y'all to try it and let me know what you think. But there's prompts in here. And because I've been teaching the journaling and really focusing in on that with our monthly group and doing the prompts, prayer prompts, sit and soak prompts, I decided to include them in this particular journal. And I would love for y'all to tell me what you think. So on the inside, it's got a journaling idea. Use the lined pages to capture those important verses, thoughts, notes, and prayers. So remember how I said my church journals like my catcher's mitt? This could be your catcher's mitt. I think depending on the size of your purse, you might get even fit it in your purse. I believe it's 5 by 7. I'll have to measure it. So there's lined pages, but there's also blank pages. So I did it so it was blank on the back side. So you could use the blank pages to draw, illustrate, or just continue journaling. And then it's just a word of encouragement to enjoy your time with the Lord and His Word. All right, so if you're in Creative Heart Studio, you're familiar with these little prompts. This is sit and listen prompt. So it says, as you are listening to a sermon or a teaching, try this. So the monthly ladies are kind of used to this. I've tweaked it a little bit. So while you're listening, jot down the date and the teacher's name. Jot down the scripture reference. Circle the ones you want to go back and study further. Listen for keywords. Circle or underline those keywords. Jot them in your journal. Circle and underline them in your Bible, then jot them down in your journal. The journal serves as a catcher's mitt, capturing those important words of truth until you can sit and soak in them for further study. Okay, so then the next page goes to sit and soak prompts. Are you reading? As you're reading the verse and writing it, ask yourself this: what do I learn about God? Because we always want to look at Scripture from that perspective. What does it reveal about me? When that we draw near to Him, we're going to learn more about Him. As we do that, it will reveal things about ourselves. And sometimes it reveals sin, sometimes not. What are the action words? You could underline those, circle them. What does it mean for me or to me? And how will I respond? You always want to think about what is your action? How can I apply this? Don't just read it and be like the drive-through and okay, check it off. I read my Bible today. Take some time and just think and ask the Lord to show you, what actions do I need to take? How can I apply this to my life? And then this last one is sit and pray. So it's sit and listen, sit and soak, sit and pray. Okay, so spending time soaking in the Word opens the door to prayer, to praying those verses back to the Lord. Try this, and it's the acronym. So that's just a peek inside this brand new journal, and it's got the lined pages and then the blank pages just scattered all throughout. And then you'll also find a few, I can't remember how many we put in here. It's not as many as the other journal. We've got a few of the lettering things that I've done that you could use color pencil or crayons. And depending on your feedback with this, I might do another one a little bit later on. So for those of you in our encouragement club, this is your prize this month for July. And I can't wait for you to get it and let me know what you think. Okay. And on the back, draw near to God. If you're not in the encouragement club, we've got some extras of these. So I'm inviting you. I want you to hear me invite you to join us. Let us equip you. We want to encourage you. We want to equip you to be encouraged and be encouragement to others. Thank you, Karen. Yep, Karen. I'm so glad you encouraged. They're a great reminder to, yeah. You know what? Sometimes I can hear something and it's almost like I can see the words coming out the other side. They don't stick. I've noticed that if I jot it down, I remember it better. And I think that's where that word catcher's mitt came from, because I was feeling so frustrated with myself. Lord, I cannot remember anything. And He's so good and such a patient, loving Father. And there's been a few times He's told, like, well, you can't remember because you're not paying attention and you're not receiving it in the first place. Okay. So the catcher's mitt needs to be on this side as it comes in. Sometimes it needs to be on this side to catch it. So anyway, I wanted y'all to see that. I want to encourage you to sign up and join us in the Encouragement Club. I just think that it will benefit you and the people around you. Okay, so now I'm trying to remember the order. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do Jingle Mingle because Marla asked for that. So Jingle Mingle is something that we've started July of last year. Some business friends and we're all together. I think it was 12 of us this year. We've got 15. And the purpose was to just have an event that we could all come together and share and learn about each other. Like y'all could come, the people who follow me, and meet some of my friends and see what they teach. And their friends could come and meet me and see what I teach. It's a way that we can help each other and help our followers. So that's how it started. And the name came from the idea of let's do a Christmas in July. That's pretty common. And I want to tell you, I realized one reason I stay so confused is in June, I'm working on Christmas stuff almost all month long. And then in July, I'm doing Christmas almost all month long. So it's like, okay, no wonder you stay confused on what month it is. So I cannot wait for y'all to see it. And we're so late promoting it, but it's okay because I'm just praying the Lord brings whoever needs to be there and that he's going to help get the word out that we have some very special stuff to present to y'all July 11th and 12th. That's the days. We're doing it different this time. We in the past have done it on a Friday and a Saturday. So this time, July, we're doing Thursday and Friday. We did this in the spring, and then we'll do another one in the fall. And everybody loves them. They're free. We encourage you to sign up. That gets you in the flow of the email to let you know where everything's at. If you're like me, I depend on those emails so I can find my links to things. It's all held inside a Facebook group that's called the Jingle Mingle. And I have the links to all of this in the description of this Facebook Live. So it's free. I want to encourage you to sign up so you can get added to that Facebook group. We like to do the teaching free. A lot of us are selling kits. That frees you up to support other small businesses and purchase their kits. Not everybody has a kit, but a lot of us do. And so I'm running behind on my project. And part of what was throwing me behind is I had to make sure I could get the supplies for the kit. And a lot of that is just a lot of emailing, going back and forth, trying to nail things down on, can I get these items? So are y'all ready to see what I'm going to do? Are you still here, Marla? Marla Johnson, are you still here? So last year for my first Jingle Mingle, I did ornaments. And I meant to have them up here so y'all could see them. I did a angel and a Santa ornament. They were a wooden tag, and then I sold a kit. So then later in the year, I made something that complemented those ornaments. And some of y'all probably did it. It's that tag that's about this big, and it said the greatest gift tree. So I like doing things like that. I like doing things in collections and have a story with it. So that's how I'm doing this. And it was all, the idea came from a book. Imagine that. So this is a book, Two from Galilee. I purchased it at an estate sale. I love the pages, but then I started looking at it closer. Look what it says. Two from Galilee, a love story. It's a fictional story about Joseph and Mary. So that just, I had sparks and fireworks and all kinds of stuff going on in my mind. And when that kind of stuff happens, it's like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so awesome. So I'm going to do, did you read it, Jan? Did you like it? I kind of feel bad to tear the pages out, but this paper is amazing. I love it. And all throughout here, it's got words that you could incorporate into your art. So I decided that for July, I'm going to use July as a way to introduce this love story, the ornaments that I'm designing based on the love story of Christmas. Not just Mary and Joseph's story, but I mean, that's what Christmas is, isn't it? God's love for us. It's because of his love for us that we even have Christmas. So lots of ideas. He's given me so many ideas, but it's all going to start with Mary. And then next month, I'll release Joseph. And they've all got a part in the story of, have you ever thought about it that they each one of, and I almost said characters, but I guess if you're thinking of it as a story, it is a character, but each of the people in this story, they have a story with Jesus and his love, God's love for them, their love for him, how God crossed their path so that they would line up and their stories would intersect. It's just really had my mind going on Joseph's perspective, Mary's perspective. There's going to be a donkey in there in the collection. The shepherds, and there'll be some sheep in there in the collection. So each one will be, you'll have two in July. Well, I'll have two. And I think it's going to be sweet. I think it's going to be sweet. So the colors that I have in my mind for Mary, it took me a little while to get that figured out because I wanted it to be really soft and feminine. And then the colors for Joseph be more ruddy. And, so I'm just, my mind is just going crazy with all of the ways to make this special so that by the time we get to November, you'll have a collection of ornaments if you want to do it that way. You don't have to. You could just do the Mary and the star ornament for July and Jingle Mingle. But there's more to the story, and it's coming, and I'm excited about it. So this is the book that triggered all of this in my mind, and I'm excited to show it to you. So I'm going to use the same wood tag that I used last year because that angel from last year will coordinate with this. So I wanted Mary to be really soft and feminine. So I'm doing just like this really soft aqua color and some pinks and reds. And then on the back, I'll have a traceable for you that you can add it to your the back of your ornament if you want to. But I love this verse. I forgot to put the reference on it. I think it was in Luke. But Mary treasured up all of these things, pondering them in her heart. I love that. Hey, Sherry, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made it there safely, too. So this is one of the ornaments for Jingle Mingle. And then the second one is a star. And this was still a continuation of Mary's story. She shall call his name Emmanuel, God with us. I'll have to go back and make sure I get my references on there. But what do y'all think about the colors? And then I made a little template. This is actually with vellum. So the supplies for this particular one, I used Neo colors and watercolor. At first, I was going to use paint, but realized that it might be easier to use something smaller like that. and then we're painting on the book pages. So we're painting on the book pages. So tell me what y'all think. Thank you, Alina. I've got one of Joseph holding baby Jesus, and then we'll have the donkey and the manger. It's just, I love when the Lord does that, and all of these pictures just start coming to my mind, and it's hard to capture it all. The wise men, I want to do them with the baby and the gifts and a camel. I've been very excited about it and been struggling because I've had such a hard time getting to work on it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what y'all take, how y'all translate this into something that's meaningful to you and your perspective on it. But we can start in July and start creating these, and then just go for it, creating more. Okay, so Connie said this is a different workshop than the one scheduled for August 2nd and 3rd. Yes. You do such a thank you. Thank you. And I think I've got this in a way that if you want brighter colors, I know everybody, some people like the really bright colors, some people like traditional colors. So I think I've got this in a way that you can tweak it to, work toward your colors. But I could see you filling up your tree so you could fill up. So let's see, we've got Mary and the star, Joseph, and then the wise men and the shepherd. I think I had it figured, right? July, August, September, October. Yeah. So we'd have 4 different, it'd be a very mini workshop, very mini. Like basically it might be the kit and something really short, and I'll just do it each month for whoever wants to do it with me. But the goal would be to be creating these throughout the year so that if you wanted to use these as family gifts, I can teach you how to do it, and then you can make more. You could spend July making some, and then August you could do Joseph and make some. And I just think it'd be a very special gift, and we'll have ways that we can customize it, maybe even put a family name on there. So, all right. So, now let me wrap all this back up. So this is for Jingle Mingle, this right here. And the date for Jingle Mingle is July 11th and 12th. Jingle Mingle is free. Look in the comments. I didn't get a chance to put it in the comments. Look in the description. I do have the link to go ahead and get signed up for Jingle Mingle. It's free. It just gives you all the information in one place. That's why I encourage people to sign up. It's going to be held in a Facebook group. There's 15 of us that's teaching all kinds of stuff to help you cut the chaos out of Christmas. Then I'll have a kit. A lot of other people will also have a kit. I'm trying my best to get this together. My goal was today. I don't know if it's going to be up today to go ahead and order the kit, but that's my goal. Okay, so that's Jingle Mingle. And I've got all this broken down in the description. All right, so that brings us next to the Christmas craft camp, the virtual Christmas craft camp. And Connie, okay, it is the 2nd and 3rd, isn't it? I think I put 1st and 2nd on the description, y'all. I need to double check that. But all right, so we'll double check that date, Connie. I think your date is correct. So let me tell you about Christmas Craft Camp. So some of y'all know that in July, the 18th, 19th, and 20th, 18, 19, 20, I'm going to be in Sevierville, Tennessee with Tracy Pounds and Tracy Gibson of Print Cut Craft. And we are doing a retreat together. in Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains. And we had a good response to it. And a lot of people asked for a virtual option. So that's what Connie was asking about. And we're just now really getting that information sent out. So here's what is going to go down with that. Not go down. I don't know why. I've been watching detective shows at night. Yeah. So we're going to double check the date. I think that Connie's right. I think it's the 2nd and 3rd, not August 1st and 2nd, is the virtual option. And we're going to teach it live online. So you've got the in-person camp, and then you got the virtual camp. So we're teaching the same projects at both camps, virtual and online, same projects. I have 2 projects. Both Tracy's have 2 projects, and I think you're going to love them. Most of the projects are like an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we're stretching them out over the 2 days, and we've got a schedule. Once you sign up, there's a schedule for it. And I'm pretty sure that I think that there is room, Marina. I think we would need to know pretty soon because of the food. We've got a meeting tomorrow, Thursday, to discuss it even more. So if you want to go, definitely go ahead and sign up. We would love to have you. I would love to get to meet you in person. So now with the projects, so one of my projects is I'm teaching watercolor cards, Christmas cards. We're going to be making 4 different watercolor. I told y'all it's a lot coming, but it's going to be fun. So this is one of the designs, and it'll be so that you can stamp a message on the inside, or you can write a message on the inside. And this project is using vintage children's books. I love this project. I love this project. This is the other one. You can see the paper. Here's this one. I think I did 2 one direction and 2 the other direction. And then here's this one. I'm excited about it too, Vicki, and I can't wait to get to see you in person. Give you a big old neck hug. So I want to say this. So that in person, I think that's the right hand for in person. The price of the in person includes all of your supplies. We're bringing everything. There's a few things that you need to bring, but it includes almost everything you need. We tried to do it that way because of people flying in. It's just too hard to fly with craft supplies. Doing the virtual over here, the price is much lower for the virtual basic price is much lower so that you can pick and choose which projects you want to get a kit for. So the kit is additional in the virtual. Does that make sense? Does anybody have questions about that? So in person, you got everything. Virtual, you can pick and choose which projects you want to do. Well, you can do all the projects, which ones you want a kit for. Let's say it that way. You can pick and choose which ones you want to order a kit for. So that's one of the reasons I had to bump out my day camp from doing it here on site, because we've got kits everywhere, y'all. We didn't have room. So I'm bumping it out probably to August because July is full of Christmas stuff. So, but I'm going to circle back to that. I definitely want to do my day camp here, but I got to do it whenever we can take over the warehouse. Okay, so this is one of my projects. The other project that I'm teaching is, so this is watercolor. This is watercolor. This project is acrylic. And so so if you participated in Jingle Mingle in the spring, I did a spring church. It's a wreath insert, or you could just hang it like this. So this project, I'm going to be teaching you how to paint these holly leaves and holly berries. It's a dimensional project. So This is a rectangle piece, and this is a circle. And I'm using buttons and ribbon and brighter colors. And then this one includes 2 coordinating ornaments, or I haven't gotten my wreath yet, but here's what I envisioned. This was in the center of a big wreath, and then put ornaments around it, coordinating ornaments. So this is what I'll be teaching for the acrylic project. And so the kit, so if you're coming to the in-person, I'm bringing everything you need. I think there's one thing on the list. Maybe it's wet wipes. I don't remember. If you're doing the virtual, if you want to do this with me for the virtual, I've got 2 options for you. So, and it's very easy. It's self-explanatory. If you want to get the complete everything for this, or if you want to get the basic. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember right now which is what's in the basic and what's in the complete, but it's very self-explanatory. And those dates, just to recap, the virtual is August, I think it's 2nd and 3rd, like Connie was saying. But here's the important thing, and this is why I've got it high up on my priority list. The early bird discount for virtual goes through July 10th. I believe it's $99, and that's for 6 workshops. Y'all, that's a really good price. Then after the early bird, I can't remember the price. I got a lot of Christmas in my head, so I don't remember those details, but I do have the link in the description. So I want to encourage y'all to just at least look at it. I think you'll enjoy it, and I just think it's going to be good. So that's the story behind Christmas Craft Camp. Does anybody have questions about that? Let me know if you have questions, and I'll answer that in the comments. So if you want to do the virtual, I'm doing 2 projects. I'm teaching these 2 projects. Tracy Pounds is teaching 2 projects. One's a stitching, and one is this beautiful Santa. It's really pretty. And then Tracy has 2 really cute and all of our stuff coordinates. So Christmas Craft Camp will get you set up for Christmas. Between that and Jingle Mingle, you should be good for Christmas, I think. Okay, so if you're watching on the replay, let me know if you have questions. I'll be glad to help you. Can you do the virtual without buying a kit? Absolutely, you can. Are your projects going to be available as replays? Yes, Alina, they will. And yes, the replays will be available to you. I'm trying to remember if they live in the Facebook group. I can't remember that part. I need to find that out. How do I sign up just for the Christmas cards for the virtual in August? It's not, hey Mary, it's only broken down as just the 99. It's not broken. The kits are broken down, so you don't have to buy a kit if you don't want to, but the 99 is for all 6 projects. It's for all 6. Let's see. Pam, did I miss something? Are you doing an in-person? Yes, Vicki. Yes. I needed to move it out, and I've not sent out the email with those details yet. Tammy was on vacation last week, and Adrienne's out this week. So we're running a little bitty bit behind, and then I was gone to Dallas for part of it. So I don't have the time set yet for August, but I think it's going to be around the first part, because part of the thing I wanted to do is I planted all of these flowers. I didn't plant it just for this, but I planted all these flowers because I wanted us to be able to sit out and draw them and paint them. Yes, good to, yeah. And you know what? I need to, hang on here. I need to send an update on that email. Well, I thought Adrienne did send one out last week, but now I'm not sure. So I just need to make sure, because I think she did send one out to let everybody know that we were not going to be able to do it on June 29th, June 28th. That was our original date, this Friday. In person. I'm going to check on it. So thank you for asking that. Y'all always ask good questions. Okay, so for Jingle Mingle, we'll all be available in the Facebook group to watch after the Thursday and Friday dates. Yes, and here's how we've been working this for Jingle Mingle. And we just had to start doing this in the spring. We were leaving so each one of us has a guide. Every presenter has their own guide in the Facebook group. So we were just leaving all our stuff in the guide, but in the spring, I think because we've added so many people to the group, it was constant confusion because they couldn't figure out that. Anyway, so what we've had to do is what's in the guide is whatever the current project is. So July Jingle Mingle will stay in that Facebook group until we do the fall Jingle Mingle. But if you purchase a kit from me, what happens is it gives you access to the replays. We put it in a workshop hub and then you get access to it. That's one of the benefits of purchasing kits from me. It gives you replays. Everybody else doesn't do that. I don't trust keeping things in a Facebook group like that's valuable. I think of those lessons as valuable. I prefer to keep them on our platform. I know that anything could happen to anything, but I just feel like those teaching, because I put a lot of work in there and then you pay for it. I want you to be able to find it. So if you purchase a kit from me, you should be able to access the lessons for that kit in our workshop hub. But everybody else, I don't know. But they're going to be in there for a while. I don't think we do the next one until October. Is all this on your website, Mary? No, it's not. I've got all of the links to everything that we've talked about today in the description. But I think what I will do, let me see if my assistant can get all of this organized into one local place so it is easier to find. Good. Thank you, Elena. And did you find it easier? To me, I just teach the way I learn and the way I like to be treated. And I'm busy. I need stuff to be simple and easy to find. So I just like, so that I just feel like if you purchase a kit, that's a convenience that we can provide for you. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Y'all are very helpful to me. Yeah. All right. So Mary, for today, all the links that you need for the July box, the Jingle Mingle, Christmas Craft Camp Virtual will be in the description for this Facebook Live. And for anybody else that watches on the replay or is wondering, y'all ask really great questions, and I love that because it's hard to remember everything. Yeah, and yeah, it's just easier when you purchase something. But see, with Jingle Mingle, it's free, so it's just a convenience. Everybody's teaching it for free. But if you purchase my kit, I'll make sure that you get access to the lesson. And then just to bring clarity for the other ones that I was talking about, Joseph and the shepherd, that's something totally different. And I'm not even gonna, I was excited about the story and how the Lord used this book and is creating a story that we can illustrate. So, yeah, I'll have more details about that soon. you know what? I'm not a retired teacher, and I feel like I have to ask. I don't know. I feel like it takes me a little while to grasp things sometimes, especially if it's a lot of details. And I'm giving y'all a lot of details. So y'all ask as many questions as you want to. Don't ever, I'm a question asker. That's how I learn. So I never think bad about anybody that asks questions because that's how I learn. I learn by asking. So I want to show you these pins. We might run over just a little bitty bit, but I want to show you these pins. Let me see. Y'all, I'm about to burn up. Is it hot where y'all are? I usually keep my hair pulled up, and it was giving me a headache, so I got it down, and I'm like, I'm burning up. Okay, so let me see if I can show you my tabletop. I just want to do a few names, and then I'm going to let y'all go. And I'm going to see if I can get my stuff finished up that everybody's waiting on me to finish. All right, can y'all see that okay? So I'm just going to use some index cards just because that's all I have handy. But keep in mind with pens, especially these kind of pens, a smooth paper just really makes a difference, you know, in how they look. All right, so I just had my index cards. Y'all bear with me a minute. I got to find it. All right, let me grab some more because I don't see them. How hot is it where y'all are? I'm just curious. Hey, Kathy, I'm glad you're here. Be sure and watch the replay because I gave out a ton of information. Deborah, I'm glad you're here too. All right, so this is the new pens I was telling y'all about. I feel like the color is off on this little camera. It just looks distorted. It's not as, like this is more vibrant than it looks on the screen. So this is the Tombow is the brand. And then this is the type. Fudanesco. I have no idea. Vicki, I saw a few of your pictures. I didn't have a chance to comment on them. I would love to go to Alaska. That's something I would love to do. Oh my goodness. 107? Karen and Kathy, goodness gracious, I'll stop complaining. Is it humid where you are? All right, so watch this. I guess I wished you could feel of this. All right. It's very similar to the sign pen that we like to use, but I think it's kind of crisper, the point. All right. Downstroke is pressure, upstroke, then downstroke. Tell me, have y'all used this brand before? This style of Tombow? Karen. I'm just going by the names I see at the end. I feel like the point is sharper maybe than on our other ones that we like so much. My daughter, I was showing them to her last night because y'all know that we're pen nerds in my family. She brought up that it would probably be really good for illustrating, like drawing, because you know how sometimes you want a thick line on some of the parts that you're illustrating in a drawing. I don't know if these are permanent or not. I need to look that up. If they're permanent when dry. I didn't get a chance to do that before I just broke into them. But anyway, I know I did a lot of talking today, and I wanted you to see a little bit of lettering anyway. All right, let's get Miss Mary in here. Let's do it this way. I love a capital M. Do y'all have a favorite letter for capital letters? Mary. Who else do I see? Elena. I love the name. I think it's E and A. I always want to double check myself. I'm afraid that, yep, there it is. Yeah, that makes sense. My Meemaw, her name was Esther, and I always loved the way she wrote a capital M. It just had a little bit of a slant to it. And I'll tell you something. I do believe that you can get them at Hobby Lobby, Esther. I think you would. Oh my gosh, and your name is Esther. Look at there. So, Esther, I'll see if I can write it like Meemaw did it. I think she did it kind of like that. Well, that's still not it. Hers had more of a slant, but Eleanor. Okay. Marina, your name is pretty. For so many years when we did shows, art shows, I grew my business by personalizing. That's how I grew it. I would create art, make prints of the art, and then I would personalize it with the names. And people loved that. But it's always had me noticing names. And this was another thing that was weird. And maybe y'all do this too, but so if somebody's name was spelled just out of the ordinary, I had to really, really be careful, because even though I was looking at the correct way to spell it, it's like my hand would notoriously spell it the common way. I messed up so many things doing that. All right, let me do two more. Let's see who else I see. I see Leslie and Diane. Okay, does anybody? Oh, well, I don't have my sample yet. So y'all, I'm just going to have to come back on here later this week. Might do it Friday if I can get it together before Friday. I didn't tell you about the painting project for the Creative Hearts. Because we've got so many other things going on, I'm making it a little bit simpler this month for our painting, but it's a bird. It's a bird, a mixed media bird. I just felt like that was so fitting with our word, dwell. And then from Psalms 91, he who, okay, I can't talk and write at the same time. Sorry. What's that verse? He who abides in the shelter. No. Oh, I got it backwards. He who, oh my goodness, Lord, what is it? Dwells in the shelter of the Most High God will abide. I couldn't remember if abide came first or dwell. Okay, so y'all, oh, I knew I'd throw so much stuff at you. That's beautiful, Antonia. Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful name. Okay, Mary's already on it, y'all. She's got us an update on those pins. I really like lettering with these better than the long Tombos. I think you'll be able to control it better. So if you are new to lettering, I encourage you to check into it. I think you'll be pleased. That's a pretty name. Very pretty. Okay, so look at this. This is Tombow, same brand. See how much longer the tip is? So because it's longer, you'll get a thicker downstroke. So there might be times that you want a thicker downstroke. But see, like with Antonia, is that how you say it? With her name, because it's longer, it's really squeezing it in there to get it in. So I think y'all would be pleased with these. And I have not done the research to figure out if they are permanent or not. I don't know. I'll have to look it up because it does not say. It's used for lettering, modern calligraphy, drawing, sketching, and journaling. So it might be that they're not. They might be water soluble. I don't know. I think usually they'll put on there if they're permanent, but I'm gonna look it up. All right, ladies, thank y'all for being here, and thank you for listening and being engaged with me so we could talk through all of this stuff. And if you're not on our email list, you're going to want to get on here. So if you'll type the word, 2 words, happy mail, I will be able to send to you a direct messenger message with the link to get on our email list. That's going to help you get all the information when you need it. Okay? All right, y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon.